Star Fox returns to fill the Arwing-shaped hole left in Nintendo's library. As the first traditional Star Fox game in a decade, hopes are high for Star Fox Zero. Luckily, it's successful on most accounts, but it's held back from greatness by frustrating controls. In a team-up between Nintendo and Platinum Games, Star Fox Zero has finally made it through its development hell, years of rumors, and months of delays. Neither a prequel or a sequel, Star Fox Zero is a retelling of the story from the original Star Fox and Star Fox 64. Andross is threatening the Lylat system, and it's up to Team Star Fox to stop him and his army. You'll play as Fox McCloud and fly along a classic cast of characters. Gameplay is simple. You'll move through levels shooting down ships, grabbing rings for health, and occasionally fulfilling objectives. Whether you're flying through the on-rails linear levels or the all-range open maps, you'll be doing a lot of the same thing: boosting, blasting, and bombing bad guys. If you've ever played a Star Fox game before, you'll understand how things work, once you get over the hurdle of the new controls. And if you've never played one before, you'll catch on quickly, once you learn the controls. Arwings transform to walkers and Landmaster tanks can take to the sky. While some levels are certainly more fun than others, there's definitely a varied collection. The classic Corneria opener fuels your nostalgia, and a Star Wars Hoth-like battle remains memorable long after I've played it. Vehicular variety keeps things exciting, and you never spend too much time with any one vehicle. Star Fox Zero's graphics fluctuate between fine and not good. At 60 frames per second, the game's smoothness makes up for those not good moments, but not enough to make me forget them. The explosion, ground, and destruction textures look like an HD version of a GameCube game, but there's so much happening on screen, and you're moving so fast, that there's little time to stop and be disappointed. As far as character and ship designs go, I found things to be pretty bland looking. I've always enjoyed the communicator dialogue, including the animation that comes with it. As far as enemies go, there are a lot of ships you'll be blasting, but much of the cannon fodder looks pretty forgettable. After blowing up your first warship, you'll be wowed by the blast, but blowing up your 10th would definitely be more exciting if it wasn't a clear copy of the other ships. The bosses really show off some great design, both artistically and in terms of level construction. These fights are the highest points of the game, particularly one against a giant robotic spider during the last half. While the game isn't too challenging, getting a grip on its controls is at first. You'll make use of both your TV screen and gamepad. Your TV will feature a pulled-back look at Star Fox's ship from behind, while your gamepad will show a first-person perspective straight from the cockpit. Your precise aiming will come from the gamepad, which uses the gyroscopic controls to line up your shots. By physically moving the gamepad around, you can target your enemies, and clicking the left stick centers your camera based on where you're facing on the TV. Things will get confusing, and I found myself constantly recentering myself, especially when using a land vehicle. When flying in Star Fox's more open all-range mode, things were at their trickiest. It was a struggle to turn around in a dogfight and aim at an enemy behind me, and when I tried to line up my shot, I would lose track of everything on screen. I could see some players getting really into this type of control, and others enjoying how chaotic it feels, but it just got really grating during my short playthrough. The game runs for about 5 hours, but Star Fox games are meant to be replayed to take different paths, and some of the new ways to play hide some of the game's best levels. Though there were high scores and a few new stages to encourage a replay, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed at the lack of online multiplayer as featured in the Nintendo DS's Star Fox Command. Co-op does exist, but I was unable to test it, so I can't give a fair opinion on it. Objectively, I give Star Fox Zero a 7.9 for some awesome scale and fights, but the bad choice to exclusively use motion controls. Subjectively, I give Star Fox Zero a 6. I've never been one for vehicle-only games, and this didn't do much to change my mind. With our review of Star Fox Zero, I'm Max Cannon with Score Squared.